Hello friends, and welcome back to Project Wild. I am out here in the park again today. We have Halloween coming up next Saturday, so I wanted to do some different kinds of animals this week that we think about when we think of Halloween. And so the first one that I'm going to do, since we already did bats, I am going to talk to you today about spiders. Ooh, spiders. So a lot of times we'll see like plastic spiders and all kinds of fun stuff at Halloween, big hairy spiders. And so I want to talk to you about spiders and what they're really like. There are 37,000 different kinds of spiders all around the world. They are all over every continent in North America, and at any time you are never more than 5 feet away from a spider. Does that sound scary? It maybe is, but very few of those spiders can actually hurt you. Some of them are very, very tiny, and some of them can be really big. It just depends. So spiders are not actually insects, and the reason for that is insects have 6 legs and spiders have 8. And insects have antennae on the top. Spiders do not have antennae. They have 2 parts to their body. They have the head and they have the abdomen. The abdomen is where all of their inside parts are, and the head, just like you, is where their eyes are. And then they have their 8 legs. And when we think about spiders, a lot of times we think about their house. What kind of house do spiders make? That's right, they make webs. But not all spiders make webs. Some of them can live in trees or down on the ground. We have grass spiders here in Texas, and tarantulas. Those spiders live in ground, inside trees. Sometimes they live down in the dirt. Some spiders live on top of the water and very near the shore. So there's lots of different kinds of spiders out there. So spiders also have this part of their body that makes what they call silk. It's little thin streams, and they use those thin streams of silk to make their webs. Did you know that there's different kinds of webs? Spiders are really so cool. So when we think about spider webs, you're probably picturing the one that looks sort of like a circle, where it has the lines coming out and maybe the circles around it, and the spider hangs out in the web. Those are orb webs from orb spiders. So they, orb meaning kind of circle, they make those kinds of webs. But there are lots of different other kinds of webs. You have funnel webs, which sort of look like a little tornado. You can have sheet webs, which you see those on the grass a lot, where it just looks like a netting on the ground. And then you have tangle webs. And tangle webs, if you think about if you've ever gotten string all tangled up or tangles in your hair, are like that. Instead of having a pattern like the orb spiders do, they look like it all just got jumbled up. So those are tangle spiders, or tangle webs from spiders. And I have an activity that I'm going to post for you so that you can learn about the different kinds of webs. And also a fun activity if you like lacing, where you can print out the web on a card, and you can punch some holes in there, have your grown-ups help you punch the holes in there, and then you can make your own web with the strings. So I have a story for us today, a little bit longer one about spiders. And when I'm done, I'm going to tell you all kinds of different things that you can do this week to learn more about spiders. All right, my book today is, Are You a Spider? Are you a spider? Get to the beginning. Are you a spider? If you are, your mother looks like this and spins webs. There's that orb spider that we just learned about. See how her web is in circles, very tidy. Your mother laid eggs and wrapped them in a special pouch. You're inside one of them. When you break out of your egg, you will find you have lots of brothers and sisters. You are all small, but you will get bigger. You see the baby spiders? Scoot over a little bit. There you go. Now you can see better. You look perfect. You have a tiny waist and 8 hairy legs. You have 2 handy claws for pushing food into your mouth. They look like little pinchers, don't they? Yeah. You have 8 eyes. 8. You have 6 spinnerets hidden under your body. They are for spinning silk thread. Yeah. Silk thread is the most important thing in your life. Begin to spin some at once. You need it to help you move away and start your new life. Spin out the thread so it floats in the air. And with luck, a breeze will catch it and you will float away. Have you ever seen, when the wind is blowing, what looks like little strings of fuzz or pieces of spiderweb flying through the air? Those are baby spiders going to their new home. Or you could just walk. Use your silk thread as a safety line when you walk. If you fall, hang from your line until you stop swinging, and then climb back up again. Use your silk thread to build a web. A web will catch flies, and flies are good to eat. Attach these threads first. These threads must be very strong. This is hard work. Attach these threads next. That's the circle part. These threads must be very sticky. This is even harder work. Congratulations, you have built a beautiful web. When a fly flies into your web, it will stick there. Run and bite it. Your bite will make it go to sleep, and then you can eat it. Or you can wrap it in silk thread and save it for later. Sort of like plastic wrap. Watch out for birds. Birds are very dangerous. Birds eat spiders. Hide under a leaf. That way, the birds won't see you. Keep one foot on your web. If the web shakes, you will know you've caught a fly. Watch out for wasps. Wasps are dangerous. A wasp sting can kill a spider. If you catch a wasp in your net, do not try to eat it. Try to cut it free. Be sure to stay away from the end that stings. Yeah, see the sharp pointy stinger down there? Yeah. However, if you look something like this, or this, or this, or this, you are not a spider. Not a spider. You are a human child. You do not have 8 eyes or 8 hairy legs. You might have a tiny waist, but you definitely don't have spinnerets. And you can't spin silk thread. Boogers don't count. But you can do a lot of things that spiders can't. You must still be careful of wasps, but you don't have to bother making a web. Best of all, you will never, ever have to wrap up a fly and try to eat it. Here's some information for us. Did you know spider silk is very strong and elastic, and spinning it takes a lot of energy? When a web is damaged, a spider will often eat it before making a new one. Can you imagine eating your house? There are more than 35,000 different kinds of spiders in the world. This is a garden spider, but other kinds include jumping spiders, trapdoor spiders, water spiders, crab spiders, tarantulas, wandering spiders, spitting spiders, and tropical orb web spiders, whose webs are more than 6 feet wide. It's like the size of like a daddy. That's big. And Goliath tarantulas that have a leg span as wide as a dinner plate. The end. So now you know more about spiders. Let me tell you some things that you can do. We talked about the cards that I'm going to post so you can see the different kinds of webs. And we talked about the lacing cards. You can also practice drawing some different kinds of spiders. Go for a spider walk through your yard or your neighborhood, especially in the morning when the dew is on the ground, because the spider webs will look shiny. Also, at night, if you go out in the yard and shine your flashlight, their eyes will glow and you can see all the different kinds of spiders. Another fun thing is you can try to make a spider web too. If you have trees in your yard, or you can use sticks. You can get a big thing of yarn. I like using pink for this because that way you don't accidentally trip over it because you don't see it. Green is really hard because it blends in with the grass, same thing with brown. But if you use pink, it'll be easier to see. So you find an area with some trees that are sort of far apart, tie your yarn around one tree, and then take the yarn over to the next tree, and then the next tree, and the next tree, and try to make a web. Try to keep your strings low to the ground so that if you do trip over it, it's not going to hit your neck or anything. And make sure your grown-ups know that you're doing it so that brothers and sisters and other people will know not to run into the strings. When you're finished, make sure you wrap all the string back up so it doesn't get any animals caught into it or become dangerous for people. It's a big job. You're going to see how hard it is to be a spider. Let's see. What was the other thing that I had for you? Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. So you can play a game. This is a fun game. So spiders in their webs, when they feel a vibration or they feel a tap on their webs, they know that a fly has come. You can play a game like that on your trampoline if you have a trampoline, or even on your bed. Close your eyes and pretend you're a spider, and whoever's playing with you can tap the bed or the trampoline and see if you can feel the vibrations of your fly. Hello, squirrel. So I encourage you to go out and try different things this week. Think about how it is to be a spider. I have a couple of extra lessons that we're going to do this week since it's Halloween. So we already did bats. Today we talked about spiders. I'm also going to do a lesson for you about scorpions. And we're going to talk about vultures this week too. So all kinds of fun, creepy animals. We'll talk about them and learn how maybe they seem creepy at first, but they all have very important jobs. Like our spider friends. They don't all bite, and they catch a lot of the yucky bugs that are in the air, and gnats and things like that, and flies that we don't so much like to have in our houses or all over the place. I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.